Hi, my name is Abhas and I am the founder of ImmuneBytes, a Web3 security company. And this is the very first episode of Web3 Ninja. And this is an initiative to spread awareness in the community about Web3 security. And I have Akshay with me to talk about his experience and the auditing expert that contribute to Web3 security and try to make sure that all the funds are saved in the protocol in which we are investing. So welcome Akshay to this a great initiative that we are taking to spread awareness and explore the current pitfalls in Web3 security. Welcome.
Hi, Bas. Thanks for having me here. Really glad to be here.
Perfect.
It's always great to discuss more about security and stuff around it.
Definitely, because security these days are very underrated, and there are several pitfalls where the user can easily jump into and eventually end up losing their money. So yes, so let's start. I would like to talk more about your background, your journey, and what exactly you are contributing to, and what are the major portfolio or the protocols that you have worked on. So yeah, over to you.
Yep. So my name is Akshay Srivastav. I am currently a smart contract auditor / security researcher. Currently, like I do public bounties, smart contract reviews, and all sorts of Web3 security things. In the past, I have done Solidity development, also backend development as well. I used to be a developer for around 2-3 years. Then I switched to Web3 security, and now I do audits and bug bounties full time.
And would you like to brag about the achievements that you have under your name?
Yes. So recently, one of my bug bounty payout came in, which was for Chainlink contest, which happened over Code Arena. So yep, I got the second place there. It was a pretty big and reputed contest. So yeah, I got the chance to participate in it and help them secure their product. So pretty happy about it.
Right. Kudos to you, Akshay, because I personally know you from last 3 to 4 years, and we have worked on quite a few projects together. And seeing you grow this much is achievement itself, and we feel proud that you were associated with ImmuneBytes initially, but we would love to get you on board anytime soon, because this is something the same interest of ours, because we need to make sure that every fund is secured in the Web3 space. But yes, let's move more into your journey. So I would like to know more about the transition between your dev journey to a security engineer, and what exactly the motivation was for this transition.
Yep. So firstly, a quick note. I think both our journey of Web3 security started together. I started with ImmuneBytes as a security auditor. So really glad that I got the chance, and we did some Web3 security stuff together. So thankful for that. And regarding the question, yeah, I started with the development role. I did Solidity development for around 3 years, and while I was doing it, I was started gaining more interest in audits and keep things secure. I was developing smart contracts, but I realized that I need to be aware about the security of the product I'm developing. So there is no point in creating a protocol which is not secure and gets hacked. So it was came as a prerequisite for me that I need to be aware about security side of things. And yeah, when I started digging more into it, learning more about it, then I felt I'm more comfortable and a bit better. I have
or
kind
maybe
of
you
an
can say that you were majorly motivated to exploit a protocol or any system, right?
no. I wouldn't say that. I would say I was more focused on securing that protocol rather than rather than
So I
exploiting it.
think you just rephrased the rephrased it, and it sound very cool, right, perfect. So Akshay, tell me more about your the challenges that you have faced during the transition, because when you are a developer, you have to just sit and take a reference document and just write the code, right? Because there is a very big team involved. But when you get into the security side, it's more majorly that you think in a way that hacker would think, right? So
Yeah.
what were the challenges that you faced during this transition?
Yep. So for start, it's good that I have both the perspectives of dev and a white hat hacker. So it really helps. But in the start, I only had the developer's mindset, which is if your protocol does like 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the sequential order. So dev only thinks about the process should go in that sequence. But an attacker or a white-hat guy, he thinks about what if I directly jump to step 3, after step 4, what if I call step 2 again? How does your protocol handles that? So that is the perspective change that you need to inculcate in yourself. So yeah, it takes time to get that perspective, but yeah, some efforts and you finally get it.
Cool. And how smooth slash difficult the transition was? Do you like the process, or is it it was frustrating?
No, for me it was very interesting, and I was really excited about it because while I was doing dev as well, I used to read about the hacks or exploits or anything about securing a smart contract. I always used to read about that. Anytime protocol gets exploited, I used to read its post-mortem. So how that attack went and what was the missing piece in that code base that led to the loss of points. So I was always interested in it, and while switching to this, I just had to devote more time into the things that I already enjoyed. So
Right.
it was interesting.
Right. And also, I have a very, connected question to this. So, would you mind helping me understand if we talk about the 3 years back? So we have very limited resources regarding the security, because if you talk about the solidity, if you talk about the smart contract or the blockchain security, there were only a few resources available over the internet, right? Because if we talk about the development side, it was still evolving at that time. But how did you read about smart contract security? I totally understand that you read about postmortem. If a hack has happened, you try to nurture it down. But apart from that, do you take any other references to learn more about Web3 security?
Yeah, so totally. So now as well, I always tries to put some hours in a day, even if that's like half an hour or 1 hour or even 1 hour in 2 days. I try to devote it into getting a new perspective or trying to learn something new about the Web3 security space. So I always have a bunch of items inside in my to-dos. So I need to watch this video, I need to read this article, I need to go read these docs. So it's always increasing, but I try to always manage a couple of hours every week which I can devote into that process.
And right, so when you say that you devote your time, couple of hours during the day to learn more about Web3 security, uh, what does your rest of your day look like? So do you do the auditing, or do you what exactly you do during your working hours?
Yep. So my day start with just it starts with quickly going over all the to-dos that I have to do today, and it's just about 15-20 minutes. Then
Right.
directly jump into the audit that I am doing currently.
Got
Like I do audits in like 2 to 3 like time slots per day. So like in the morning, in the afternoon, and at the evening. So yep, and I try to like get the maximum output in those hours that I devote.
got it.
So yeah.
Perfect. Makes sense. Right. So I feel running a team of security engineers, I know how hectic it is to make sure that their protocol is safe enough, because it's our reputation gets stake when we are passing an audit. So I can totally understand. Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. So let's jump to the next the topic that we have. So if we talk about the security in general, right? So security is a very booming word these days in Web3 especially, right? So how would you define security in general to a newbie, or a person who is starting their career into the digital or slash technology space?
Yep. So, in the tech space, security would mean, anything a software development team develops. So it has some, it does some operations,
Correct.
and security is about protecting that code, that piece of code, so that it only performs those, intended operations.
Right.
Anything which can be done outside of that scope, that's a bug or an issue. And as a security guys, you have to make sure that those events or those scenarios don't happen.
Got it. Makes sense. And if we talk about the digital security versus cyber security, how would you going to define that?
Yep. So I think these are the new terms which are like flying around in the market. So digital security is like protecting your digital identity over the internet. As you might be aware, in our crypto community as well, guys used to hide behind a pseudonym. So most of the development teams or auditors that you see, they are behind a pseudo name. So that's generally done to prevent their identity, so that no one just gets their private access of their private identities and private life.
Got it.
That's the digital security. And the general cyber security is like preventing all your machines from getting hacked or getting compromised. So that's comes under, I guess, I'd say,
Yeah,
cyber
right.
security.
Makes sense. And since you are into Web3 space, right, and you are into cyber security, so why did you not, why did you reveal your identity? Don't you feel that you have to have a pseudonym where you can sit behind and do all the work that needs to be done? Eventually, you are getting paid for the work that you are doing.
Yeah, so a lot of my crypto friends have suggested me that I should use a pseudonym rather than my real identity. But I'm still thinking about it. I haven't I'm not against that going behind a pseudonym. But I'd say
But I feel if you do it now, and now Akshay will disappear. So we can take any assumption that
I'll plan it. I'll plan it.
Cool. Perfect.
But
Right.
I also think using my real identity also gives much more credit to my work. So
But
I can
using
always vouch for
yes.
I am the guy like who is vouching that this protocol is safe, this smart contract is safe.
Definitely, but you are exposing yourself to the hackers, and you are very prone to risk, right? Your wallets, you might get phishing links, and you have to be very aware about that. Everyone does have a bad day, right? Even if you are smart enough to secure everything, at that point of time you will click it and it all disappear. So how would you maintain that, right? So you are proning to that particular risk, and the black hat hackers or the hackers try to get into your private life, or maybe try to get into your system to get the access of your work or anything. So that's also the case, don't you think so?
Yeah, but as I said, I have like some measures regarding that as well. So I'm not like I wouldn't say that I won't get hacked. I'm just like I am like preparing myself to if that scenario happens, can I minimize my losses? So I have like some mechanism. I like try to use different machines for different operations, different OSs and all sorts of things. So yeah, I'm like trying to protect whatever I am earning.
Right, everyone is trying, right? So you are not in
And yeah, no one is 100% secure. So I've seen like a lot of top tech guys falling for these kind of scams and phishing attacks.
Right,
So
definitely.
yeah, everyone needs to be aware of it.
Perfect. So let's jump into the Web3/blockchain space, right? So if we, so since we work in Web3 space, would you mind helping me understand what exactly do you mean by blockchain/Web3, and then how you integrate the security in these two words, right? Blockchain security/Web3 security. What does that mean? Why do we really need security in Web3 space, right? Because if every time I speak to someone who is not very much familiar to blockchain or anything, they always say that blockchain itself is very secure, no one can hack it. But if you can throw some pointers, what is exactly a Web3 and how security is incorporated into that particular word?
Yeah, so security in the digital space means the same thing for every digital product, whether it is Web3 or whether it is a native Web2 product. So it means like as I said, every product or a piece of code is intended to do some operations. So and security means that it only does that. So in Web3 security or blockchain security, it already like it also means that all the blockchains or all the smart contracts do what they are intended to do, right? Anything which goes like out of scope, that's an issue, and we need to protect against that. And I'd say even in the case of blockchains, they are not like hack proof. So we've seen like blockchains are just like a piece of client softwares, like the get node
Right.
that runs in on servers or machines or dev machines. So there can be hacks in those as well. I would say not hacks, but issues in case like something goes off. Recently, like 2 days back, we have seen an issue in Viper compiler,
Right.
which led to the hack of Curve. So issues and bugs can also happen in underlying technologies, whether it is compiler or even beneath that, the blockchain code itself, the
Right.
blockchain nodes.
Perfect. Makes sense. We now totally understand why there is the need of security in Web3 space, right? Perfect. So I would like to follow up on this. So when you mentioned the Web2 applications, right? So how you're going to define or how you're going to differentiate between the Web2 security and the Web3 security?
Yep. So I'd say the difference between these two kind of products is like Web3 products, and the softwares are mostly open source.
Right.
So you need more protection, more due diligence to protect those products,
Right.
rather than a company running closed source software of some kind, like banks. We don't know what kind of code they are using. We don't see their code implementation, but we can see how Aave does that, how Compound does that. So it is easier for attackers to dig that code base and find bugs in that, and try to leverage that. So yeah, that is why I generally say this, that Web3 products need more due diligence.
Got it. Got it. Makes sense. I also feel that Web2 and Web3 security is somehow interrelated, because the backend servers are running on AWS or anything, right?
Yeah.
We need to get our Web2 security, Web2 security as well, the cloud testing or the API testing or the other things that needs to be done with that as well. Perfect. And
yeah, so anyone developing a Web3 product, it's not that he only needs the Web3 security thing.
right.
He'll be like needing the entire stack of security.
Right.
He needs to protect his private keys. He needs to protect his servers and all those things.
Definitely,
So
there is a
Web3 security
wider
goes hand in hand.
It's the last surface area that we need to cover in terms of security. It's not just about the smart contract / blockchain / consensus, your private key or anything. So we need to make sure that everything or everything in the system is working fine / it's working as it intended to be, right? So we need to make sure that it goes or it covers all the area / domain of the project or the protocol. Right, makes sense. And also help me understand, do you feel security is still neglected in Web3 space?
I wouldn't say it's neglected, because every serious protocol team that is trying to ship a product, they are aware that if any of their smart contract gets hacked, any of their piece of software gets hacked, so they will lose a lot of money and their reputation as well. Right. So it's not neglected. There could be cases like they are not much aware about the Web3
sorry to cut you, Akshay, but I feel that if you talk about the Web3 security, the people only refer to smart contract security and does not look after the other area that we have to cover, right? So we have to cover that as well. So somehow being into security, I feel that some people do neglect, and that eventually result in loss of fund, right? So I think this is why we are doing this session, to aware people more about the security, that if we are talking about the Web3 security, it's not all about the smart contract security, getting an audit report and use it as a marketing material. They need to take this security very seriously, right? So this is what I feel, right? This is my opinion. It can vary to you, right? But yes, over to you. Yes, what do you feel?
Yeah, totally. I know, I would say just recently there was some private key hacks, and the protocol got drained. So yeah, it gets neglected, but as auditors and Web3 security guys,
I would like to rephrase it. So I would not say that it is neglected. I would say that we don't have much awareness about the security in Web3 space. right?
Yeah, totally.
As I mentioned that when we talk about the security, we only focus on the smart contract security. Let's suppose there is a community of a protocol, and they always look for smart contract audit, nothing else. They are not going to see who is the person, or who is the which company is securing their backend server or the off-chain components or anything. They only look for the smart contract security. It's not neglected, I would say that, or I would rephrase that, we don't have much awareness about the security in the Web3 space, right? So that I think.
As I said, still today we are seeing like private keys getting compromised of founders. So that's I would say a pretty big sick thing for anyone developing smart contract protocol. That if you have the ownership rights of your protocol, if you can make crucial changes to your smart contracts, that private key or that account needs to be kept very safe.
Right.
So anyone who is getting the access of those keys is essentially getting the access of all the funds of users, and and a lot of things can go wrong with that.
And this is very subjectable, because it very person to person, so we can't really debate about this. But yes, I would be open to debate about this, that we only look for smart contract security when we are talking about the Web3 security. So yes, yes, definitely, we have taken your points, and I hope this discussion would help people to know more about the security in the Web3 space, and what are the different domains they have to look after apart from smart contract security. But yes, thanks Akshay for this. So Akshay, let's jump into the next discussion that we like to do about is the current scenario of Web3 security. So you see that there is rising hacks and scams. So whom do you blame, or whom do you think that is responsible for that particular hack?
It's very hard to point fingers at one person that you were the reason behind this hack. So it's always like everyone needs to do their part truthfully. So if you are developing a protocol, you need to be aware. You need to build a secure product from day one. So, and if you are a protocol investor, you need to make sure that any funds you put in are allocated to good resources. If you are user and you want that you want your funds to be safe, it's also your job as well to ask the protocols for good audits, or good security reviews, in case we are only talking about smart contracts. But yeah, everyone needs to do their work, ask for audits, and ask for reputed audits. Don't just fall for audit stamps. So
Definitely. And when you say we have to build secure protocol, what exactly do you mean by secured? So let's suppose if you are building out a product or a protocol, how would you define the security of that, and how would you mark it secured from your point of view?
So is it about getting audits, or what's the question
No.
about?
So basically you mentioned that we have to or when we are talking about who is responsible, you mentioned that we have to build a secure product or protocol, right? So
Yep.
when you say secured, what exactly do you mean by secured? Or let's suppose if you are building out a protocol, how would you maintain the security of that? What are the measures that you are going to take? Because when we are talking about the protocol itself, it's a large surface area, and attacker can penetrate in from anywhere, right? So how you're going to maintain the security for that, and how will you make sure that protocol is safe enough to move to a production or go live to the mainnet?
So security Web3 security is never about getting audits.
Right.
That's the last part. So
Right.
there is a great talk from the founder slash engineer of MakerDAO. So he very well explains how you achieve security for a protocol. So the idea is to have multiple layers of security. So when you start developing your product, you need to be aware about the general um, issues of smart contracts.
Right.
How does your protocol handles that? You
Right.
need to create good test cases. You need to do first testing, invariant test, all sorts of things that go hand in hand with development, the development phase. Next, you go for internal reviews.
Right.
So, and then after you are done with that, then you ask from an external auditor, or any external party to review your code. And even after that, there are differences. We have seen like there become arise differences between the code base that was audited and the code that was deployed. So you need a secure deployment scripts.
Right.
So there are like a lot of layers to
And I feel that
integrate
security is
security
a
project.
is never ending job, right?
Yeah, totally true. So
Perfect.
that's why we have like platforms like ImmuneBytes. So anything that goes off in a live code, that goes via that route.
Perfect. Makes sense. Right. Perfect. So, if you talk about Web3 security, when you started, right? You started 3, 4, 5 years back. So, how would you rate Web3 security in the beginning, and how it has changed over the time?
Yeah, so the underlying concepts of having a secure product that are same. So I would say the tooling and the development experience of creating a secure protocol, that has changed, that has evolved. So now you can have like more automated tools and all sorts of things that aid developers to secure their products. That has evolved. So the tools you currently have were not there 3 years back.
Right.
So that's totally a plus point. But yeah, still the dev team, or anyone doing the creating a Web3 protocol, that's need to be aware. Their internal teams need to be aware about Web3 security.
Got it. Makes sense. Perfect. So Akshay, we are talking about audit, security audit, smart contract security audit, and you are a security auditor as well. So I would like to focus on your methodology, your process, or Akshay's way of doing an audit. What it would be, if you would like to summarize quickly in like in 2 minutes, how would you start an audit, or what do you look for? But first, I would like to focus on the process.
Yep. So I would say I have like different processes for doing bug bounties, and different process for doing a private audit. So those are slightly different, but the underlying idea is to get aware about the protocol, how what it intends to do. Go over their docs and just research about what they want to do, what's the business logic. Then start maybe have some automated tool to get some low-hanging fruits, and then go into the manual audit part.
Right.
So yeah, where you analyze code, you create your threat model, and try all the bad scenarios. So, and yeah, at last provide a report.
Got it. So when you say that you start with an automated tool, try to catch the low hanging fruits, and then into the manual audits. So I would like to understand, what problem do you face when you start an audit? So from our from our point of view, we lack the any documentation or a developer documentation that the team has referenced while developing the code. because until and unless we are not able to get the intentional functionality of the contract or the architecture, how we are going to do the threat modeling, how we are going to audit the contract, are we going to take any assumption for the contract, and then eventually that will be marked as a false positive because that was the business logic. But what problems do you face from the client side when you start an audit? What's your expectations to get at or fixing the scope?
Yep. So I generally think that those things that you have mentioned, those are the prerequisites. You need to have some test cases. You need to have some at least a basic document which outlines all the intended functionality of your product.
Right.
So that's how I will be able to understand your protocol, what it intends to do.
Right.
And only after that I can find ways to get the bad scenarios or bad results. So unless I have that, my time will be more be going into researching about your intended use case rather than finding actual bugs. So that's a prerequisite that I always ask the client to provide, and then I go to manual audits and all the later phases.
Got it. And so what do you look in a in a code? So eventually you mentioned that the automated tool help you find the low hanging fruits, right? But how do you categorize the bugs based on the severity level? Because you might have different severity levels starting from critical, high, medium, right? So are you very concerned about the bugs that are leading to fund loss, or the bugs which are impacting the business logic?
Yes, so definitely anything which leads to loss of funds, that's the top priority, right? So that is the thing that attackers also will be looking for. So I try to focus more on that, and while doing that, I always find low issues, which are some unintended scenarios, but that doesn't lead to loss of funds or loss of operations for the protocol.
Got it. Makes sense. And this is, the next question is very, very important for us, because we always try to nurture our security engineers and try to get their point on this. But I would like to understand, when do you feel that audit is complete, or when do you stop?
Yep. So that's a very tricky question, first of all. So when you start an audit, you once you have gone through the docs and intended operations of a protocol, right, you can create a basic threat model. So right, these are the potential attack paths, or these could be the potential bad scenarios which can happen in this protocol. So I always try to write those threat models and threat scenarios, and as I go through the audit, I tick mark all those, and once I've gone through the entire manual review process, I have explored all the scenarios that I can think of, all the manipulation that I can try to on the protocol. Once all those are ticked off, then I come to conclusion that protocol is now secure, and I can vouch for it.
Got it. Perfect. Makes sense. Thank you, Akshay, for this. Because this is a very subjectable question, and everyone have their own methodology or the way of penetrating into their smart contract / application. So I think yes, this would eventually help auditors to draft to-dos, and then eventually mark it done, and they can ensure the security of a protocol. Yes, makes sense. And would you like to give us any words of wisdom or any audit tips for the beginners who are switching their journey from Web2 to Web3 space, or people who are starting into Web3 security from the development transition that you have had previously? How are you going to provide us some tips on that?
Yeah, sure. So, for the guys who are just to just get introduced to the Web3 space and jumping directly into audits, I like usually recommend them to don't like jump into the field if you're just concerned about the payouts. If you're just
I think this is the a motivation part for the young auditors who are getting into this space. They always look out. Yes, Akshay is earning second place in Chainlink contest and getting 24,000 USD, right? And they can see they can think, right, they can also penetrate or do the audit for Chainlink. But yes, I think this is a a destructive path for them. No, what do you think?
yeah,
Which
sure.
which can also result for loss of fund for the protocol stakeholders.
Yeah. But for the starters, like if you are just getting into the field for those payouts, this field is it demands a lot of efforts before you get to that point, where you get big payouts or you start getting bigger clients for private audit. Before that, you need to go through a very hard working process, and if you are only concerned about those high payouts, you won't be able to get through that, unless you enjoy the process, unless you enjoy learning about the all the new issues or anything related to Web3 security.
Right.
Unless you enjoy that process, you are less likely to make it. So if you like genuinely interested in learning about this space, then surely you will be able to
Right.
make big in this space.
I think their contribution would eventually result in the good payouts that they would get after getting experience slash finding different ways of exploiting the protocol slash system. Yes, definitely it's good for this. Perfect. So let's move towards the ending end of this session. There are different things that we need to talk about in terms of security, how we can prevent, or how we can take precautions to make sure that the funds in our wallet are safe enough. So so firstly, I would like to focus on what are the different ways in which investors slash stakeholders are losing money. Can you point some issues?
Yep. So investors also needs to do proper due diligence, right? Anything you are investing into, that should be secure, or at least have a decent backend team which is working on that. So you need to make sure of that. You need to do maybe some background checks, or just do a couple of extra steps before you put your hard-earned money into a smart contract. So that's totally a job on your side as a user or as an investor.
Got it. And also there are I can see multiple exit scam every day, or rug pull. Is this because we are keeping a centralization on the smart contract and giving authority to the deployer to have the access of the smart contract and take the money out of the contract?
Yeah, totally. So any contract having some ownership rights,
Right.
as soon as you deploy your money in it, you are signing up for a trust contract, that I trust the owner of this contract. He won't do anything bad with my funds. So in case there is no a good trace of that owner or that protocol team that they have built good products and successful products, safe products in the past, you need to be a bit cautious about deploying your money just for getting some quick gains. So that's some things that you should be aware of as a user.
Perfect. And also you mentioned that there are certain cases of wallets are being compromised. So if we need to seek an expert advice from you, how you're going to aware your fellows in Web3 space, how a user can keep their wallet safe.
Yep. So keeping your digital assets safe starts with having a healthy relationship with security. So you need to follow some good practices, always have some it can be as simple as having a strong passwords, using trusted and reputed password managers to store your passwords. Use 2FA tools to rather than a simple OTP based or mobile number based verifications. And regarding keeping your crypto keys safe, always try to use a hardware wallet. Don't keep all your funds in a single wallet. So those are the basic primitives of security if you want to be a DeFi degen.
Right. So do you keep or do you keep your fund at different wallets? Do you migrate the risk, or how does it work?
You can have what do we say? Gnosis safe wallets,
right?
Multi-sig wallets,
right?
Yes. So which you can control via two keys, having a hot key and a cold key. So just so you can diversify in case any one or two of them gets hacked. So yeah, using hardware wallets and all sorts of things.
Got it. Right. So let's talk about the smart contract hack. So would you mind, we have seen I think October was last year. October was the biggest month for hackers. I would say that they were able to get into the smart contracts and try to penetrate the system, and they were able to steal the funds. So what are the challenges with regards to smart contract security?
So as I said, as a team developing a Web3 product, it's your job to be be security aware. You need to have a mindset where you develop secure software from day one. You can't start thinking of securing your product after you have developed it. Right. So since you start developing it, you need to follow good practices. You need to have proper testing of your product. You need to get regular reviews of it. So so that at last you have a decently secured software, and then after that you can go for external audits or do some bounties, etc. But the native security, I'd say, always starts internally from the dev team.
Got it. Also, what I feel is that we still lack healthy developers, because we are still in the early ages of Web3/blockchain. We are still improving day by day, or maybe you can say hourly, right? We are getting major updates for the languages that we are being that are being used by the blockchain. I think if the language get matured and we are able to capture good devs and try to nurture our resources to write the safe code, the security would be essential at that time, but eventually it will reduce the it would reduce the tension from or reduce the workload from the security auditors or the security experts. So I think this is also one of the reason that we are seeing multiple hacks in a day or bi-weekly or any monthly or so. So I think yes,
Yeah, sure.
definitely. Perfect. So Akshay, I think it's all good. I would like to conclude this session, and would like to thank you for this, and sharing your points, and helping our fellow auditors to start their journey in Web3 space slash Web3 security. I think they would try to get some points out of this, and they try to be aligned towards the goal, and enjoy the process as you mentioned, and the rewards will get in their favor, right? So any last word for Web3 users, listener, or folks that we have?
Yeah, so this is I'd say a great space, and it's just starting. We still
Right.
have we're still in the very early stages. So, there will be a lot of exciting things that will happen over the next decade, I would say. So yeah, if you are genuinely interested in this space and have the capacities to go through the initial hard work, then this space will be rewarding, and and especially the Web3 security space. So that is a greatly rewarding space. So if you get good at it, you will be doing great.
Perfect. Makes sense. Thanks Akshay for this, joining this session, and giving your time to us, and I hope we would see much more better results in the contest audit, and hope we can work together soon, anytime, है ना? So
Yeah, surely.
it's all good. Let's try to keep the communication open, and I'll try to create a channel where the newbies or the beginners can try to seek their help, or maybe try to draft a forum where we can have a discussions, or maybe have a healthy discussion around the Web3 security, or experts like you can nurture them down and try to handhold them to be in a better place. So it's all good. Thank you, Akshay, for joining this session, and let's keep in touch, and see you soon.
Yeah, thanks, Awaz. Thanks. Really great. Really glad to be on this chat.
Perfect.
Great time.
Thank you, folks. So this is all from Web3 Ninja, and we would love to get more auditors on board and try to get their perspective, and try to learn more about their methodology, and hopefully we can get more resources, or more resources to learn from. Perfect. See you next time.